Hello everyone and welcome back to another playthrough in Phantom Investigation. In today's episode, I thought that we would do a challenge that I thought of. I'm actually a little surprised that no one has suggested this yet, but nevertheless, we're going to undertake the All Evidence Challenge. The rules are very straightforward. All you have to do is find every single bit of evidence on the board before you're allowed to stop playing. It's going to be a regular playthrough, but we have to make sure we get every single piece of evidence before we stop. So hypothetically speaking, if we get 7 demons in a row, I'm not allowed to stop. I gotta keep going. So without further ado, let's dive in. Just so we refresh ourselves, I need to get a spirit box reading, a cold spot reading, an EMF sensor reading, ghost writing, ghost orbs, and a instance of playfulness before I'm allowed to stop playing. Now, I haven't played this in a hot minute, so I'm assuming that everything's going to be roughly the same. I do understand that the ghosts are still hostile, so that hasn't changed. But as far as anything sneaky that's popped up lately, I don't know what to expect. One thing I am wondering is if I should put the camera into the bedroom in case something spooky happens to take place. So far so good, but that's also not a good thing, I guess in this case, because we kind of need the ghost to do something. So, without further ado, where are you? Do you want to play? Can you do something? Oh, okay. You're here. That much is evidently clear. But what are you going to do? Oh, Mr. Ghost, where are you? I would like to have a few words with you, if I can. Before I get too carried away, there were some people that oh, okay. Right. There are the orbs. Let's just go to the board real quick, and then I'll get to what I was going to tell you guys. Okay. 4 ghosts. It can either be a Hoopia, meaning I need EMF activity. It could be a John, meaning I need ghost writing. A Moroi, meaning I need spirit box activity. Or it's a Shade, and it's playful. As I was about to say, I had totally forgotten that there is an attic, and that I need to go and look at it. So let's go do that right now. So everything pretty well from the trailer that Rynex had focused on this area here. And I like it. This is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I'm kind of terrified of staying up here because I get the feeling this is a death corridor. But, very well done, Rynex. I absolutely dig it. Mr. Ghost, you gonna do something else kind of spooky? I'm kind of for it. I was gonna say I was gonna say that I'm all for it, but now I don't know anymore. Okay. Well, good for you. You creeped me out. I was coming in with a steely resolve, but, not so sure anymore. You put on a show for a little bit, and then you disappeared. You also haven't really formed as much. So I'm not sure what you are. The main criteria of this isn't to actually win the game, it's to collect evidence. But I get the feeling that it'd be kind of redundant of me to play this and not win, so just an added little spice to the game here. I have to find the evidence, and I also have to win the game that I'm playing in order for it to count. So far, we've only gotten 2 pieces of evidence, which is interesting. I'm not gonna tip my hand in any way, because I simply don't know. But if it is really standoffish, most Jellins are like that, but I would not be surprised if my hand gets slapped by a Shade out of the blue. That has happened a countless amount of times. Let's check the bathroom real quick. Famous last words if I ever heard them. Okay, don't see anything. So we're good there. Whew! Jeez. Where is this guy? Okay. Oh! You are 100% here. What are you gonna do? That is the main question. Because you've been really good at being creepy, but nothing else. The one thing I will say, though, is that the... Oh, terrific. You know what? I'm not gonna go downstairs, just for the sheer fact that I don't know what surprises await me down there, so I'm just gonna throw on the old night vision goggles, if you don't mind. It is very quiet without the power on, I will admit that. I'm a little perplexed as to what this guy is. I mean... It's not doing anything with the EMF, so it's not a hoopia. It's not talking, so it's not a Moroi. So... I guess it's down to the gel and the shade, I guess? Please don't do that. Oh, man. Well... I think I heard ghost writing, because I could hear it forming inside there, so you are 100% a Jellin. Yeah. Kind of figured it was a Jellin from the beginning, to some degree, because they're very standoffish and don't want to interact. Okay, cool. So we got 3 bits of evidence down, so that is, if I am looking at my list, cold spots, ghost writing, and ghost orbs. So we're down to 3. Spirit box, EMF, and something playful. So realistically speaking, it could be over in the next map if we run into a spirit, which would be wildly interesting, but I'm not counting on it. Anyways, let's move on. Alrighty, on to the apartments. This one should be interesting. I don't really know what to expect ghost-wise, but there have been some pretty creepy instances happening here. And that unfortunate glitch where the kitchen light tends to not work initially. I really do not like that. That one is a terrifying kind of little... bit of fun for you initially. I would rather that not be something, but I guess it adds a little bit of flair. You never know. Maybe somebody likes that. Where? I heard a heartbeat. I don't like it. Not one bit. Okay, just as a reminder, we need EMF, playfulness, or evil, whatever you want to call it, and spirit box. So where are you? Do you want to play? I would be willing to some degree... Oh no. Now I'm not willing to do anything. Oh, there's the playfulness. Okay. You've made your point. You want to be creepy. I get that. I dig it. I'm lying, I don't dig it. But, yeah, so now we're down to 2 bits of evidence left. Cool. We got the cold spots, and we got the evil, so I guess, in some sense, we're part of the way there, but we still have another map to go, I guess. We're running into 3 ghosts, 3 of them being not great, because of Shy, always hostile, does the ghost writing. A Basti hits you like an 18-wheeler, if I do say so myself, and it needs EMF activity. And the Shade requires orbs. You know what? Let's let the camera do the work this time, because this guy seems a little too creepy for my liking. Okay, so I guess in some sense we'll be able to find we'll be able to find something relatively soon, because if he is going to do anything, the ominous music should be popping up in a moment, or a few moments. Or many moments. I don't know. It usually pops up at random. But if anything is going to happen orbs-wise, it'll probably be kind of at the 3 o'clock area of your screen right here. And then the walls will, I guess to some degree, have the ghost writing. So just to the left of the power room, and I guess in the kitchen, that wall area near the grid, that'll be another area where there's ghost writing. What was the other one? I guess it was EMF activity. Oh, here we go. So there's the ominous music. So what are you gonna do, Ghost? I am all here for it. Oh. Well, I don't see anything. Let's just give it a bit longer. Maybe he'll do something in the kitchen. I don't think it's a Basti. He hasn't done anything with the EMF yet. So it's one of the two passive guys. So we're in a passive situation again. I'm waiting. Whenever you're ready. I think the unfortunate part is that the ghosts really react to you being in the apartment as opposed to being out of it. So this might be a bit of a wait when it comes to these hostile characters. The Shies are just blatantly hostile, and the Shades are more like ambush predators, so I don't really want to go back in there, though. That's the only thing. I kind of want to stay out here. It's nice and safe. Okay, maybe I'll go take a quick look in there. Ooh, okay, okay. Oh. Okay. Well, you turned the lights on for me. That's nice of you. However... a little wary of you. Ooh. Okay, let's go. Book it, book it, book it, book it, book it, book it. Oh, orbs! Oh, no, okay, yep, you're a Shade! Okay, well, we got one bit of evidence, I guess. So that was playfulness that we needed. So we're still not done yet. Unfortunately, we did not get that spirit that I was hoping for, but nevertheless, we move on. It has been a hot minute since I've been on the forest map. This may date the gameplay in general, but Rynex has talked about the idea of making the forest a little bit smaller, and I have a hard time arguing against that, to be honest, because the forest map is huge. Like, I get it if you're playing with a bunch of friends. It may seem small in comparison, but if you're going on a solo act here, that's a tall order in a lot of people's eyes. I mean, I can do it because I don't really go as far into the map. I usually kind of center myself around here. Where was that? Oh boy. Okay, we better hurry up. Gosh darn it, every single time I talk, it starts doing things. Anyways, as I was saying before I got caught off guard, for the most part, I stay near that kind of crossroads area or the fork in the road, and then I also maybe branch out just a teeny tiny bit. I never go as far as the ruins, because the ruins are a trek, especially if you have to ferry your equipment back and forth. Okay, I get it, you're playful, sheesh. Anyways, yeah, so in a lot of occasions, I have a very hard time arguing against somebody that wants a smaller map here, because again, it is pretty huge, and Rynex has admitted that a lot of people are not total fans of playing this. Like, it's the least played map, so I get it. Anyways, back to what we were doing. We know that the ghost is playful, so what else are you? Where are you? Do you want to play? I kind of already know you're evil, but that's... the redundant question needs to be asked. Can you do something? Well... Oop. Jeez Louise, whatever it is super, super active. I mean, come on. This thing's been slapping things out of my hands, it's been doing the static stuff. Like, it's motoring, but it's just not motoring near us. I don't think it's a talker. It's certainly going to be a whatever it is, or sooner or later, because it is it's going to be affected by the ominous music. This is kind of a weird ghost. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a bit of a power play here. Come on. Grab the grid. I'm going to put the grid right next to me, just so I can see anything kind of making movement near me. That's probably ideal. Here we go. Okay. Good to go. We got... Ooh! What the heck was that? That was a really intense static. I've never heard that before. Okay, I'm a little creeped out, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what the heck this guy is. It is really, really adamant about not being close to us. So I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Well, I can understand the creep factor. You've got it, but you're not doing anything aside from that. It's staying really, really far away from me, and I'm not privy to that. I don't know what's going on. Like, come on, like, at least go to the pond. If you go to the pond, I will go investigate that. I'm not going all the way to Timbuktu to try and find you. Oh, you. I like how he can long distance slap things out of my hands and then he just runs away. I mean, I'm not opposed to going to find it, but I just don't want the hunter to become the hunted. That's my problem. You know what? I'm coming to get you. Let's see if we can figure out what this ghost is. It's definitely putting on a bit of a prima donna act. Oh, well, there's another bit of evidence. I am a little concerned because now I think I may be right about the ghost, and if I am totally correct about the ghost, it's not a great one. Okay, well, we have 3 ghosts. I have one in mind, but I don't want to commit to it just yet. If it's a demon, it needs spirit box activity. If it's a shy, it needs temperatures, and if it's a debuck, which I think it may be, it needs orbs. I could be wrong, but I'm hanging my hat on a debuck. Unless the temperature reader, or the thermometer I should call it, does anything else. I'm out in the field. You gonna do something? So you were a shy, eh? Imagine that. Well, the only thing I would say about the debuck is that the debuck would have been a lot more hostile and more in my face. Man, shies, I swear. You guys are just a pain. Like, you're an honest-to-goodness pain. Okay, we got the ghost, but we didn't get the pieces of evidence that we needed. We're still on the hook for an EMF reading and spirit box reading. Which is weird because normally that's the stuff I would get right away. So, I guess the ghosts realize what I'm doing and they are trying to be actively frustrating. Nevertheless, we move on. Yes, the location of my most recent demise. If many of you have a good memory, you will remember that I bit the dust while playing this map, which was an interesting experience because I was put into a situation where I was pretty well having the deck stacked against me. And by deck, I mean the fact that I was sitting in an extremely hostile room with an extremely hostile ghost and pretty well just at my wit's end. But nevertheless, it was interesting being put in an extremely vulnerable situation and then being slaughtered like an animal. I don't recommend it, but if you're a glutton for punishment, you can have a ball. Alright, so we're all set up. Let's see if we can bag us this ghost, or at least get the 2 bits of evidence that we need. Where are you? Oh good, it's already really crazy. That's fun. Well, I am not a fan of this ghost. I am not a fan at all. I don't enjoy the fact that I've been plunged into darkness immediately. This does not bode well. You know, let's get that light turned back on. Had enough of staying in the darkness. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna get either bit of evidence, at least not yet. This ghost really wants to play it close to their chest, apart from being playful, evil, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I need to move the EMF. Let's do that real quick. Ghost already did something right. It's not going to do it again. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright, well, at least I moved the EMF, so now I can... Holy Christmas, what is this ghost doing? What are you doing? Okay, cold spot. And I believe that is ghostwriting? Here, let's go find that real quick. Kinda don't want to stick around. Where would that be? I swear I heard ghostwriting. Unless I am actively going crazy. Which could be the case. Ooh. Let's just go to the board, I swear. This is getting way too spooky. So, cold spot and playfulness. What could you be? Oh, a familiar cast of characters. Great. So it's either a shy, and I need ghostwriting, which I'm assuming it is. It's a Basti, and I need an EMF reading. Or it's a shade, and I need ghost orbs. Why don't we fire up the old security camera and just, have a little peek, shall we? I'll be able to see the passive stuff. I guess I'm gonna have to listen for the EMF, which could be a challenge. But I get the feeling that it's not a Basti. Well, well, well. Hello there, Mr. Shy. I figured. I definitely was not crazy, at least not this time. You indeed did some ghostwriting. Well, this is interesting. It looks like I'm gonna have to continue on to a 5th map, which means, I guess in this sense, I'm just gonna go through the rotation of maps and just continue forward. So, for the very first time in at least my playthroughs, we're gonna be moving on to another map. Fancy being back here, eh? Well, I guess it was bound to happen eventually. That I would have to return to yet another map and have quite a long playthrough. I don't think it's quite long. I mean, like, if it's the last map that I have to do tonight, that's not a problem. But, if it isn't, things might get a little interesting. I really hope I don't have to do another playthrough of the general store or the apartment. Let's make this the last map, please. Alright. Let's try again. Where are you? Do you want to play? Well, we got the spirit box. That's good. I'm happy with that. However, it is a talker, so that might be bad. Wait, no! Let's go! Yes! I can't believe it! You came through for me! Wailing Soul, you know what? I chose the wrong evidence there. You know what? I like you. You know what? You're becoming my favorite ghost in this game. You made this a really quick investigation, and you did everything I needed. Bra freaking oh. Man, oh man, that's clutch. I am so happy that the Wailing Soul came through once again. Oh man, if I could hug you, I wouldn't, but you know what I mean. Anyways, so that concludes my all evidence challenge. If you'd like to see your challenge done by yours truly, leave your challenge suggestion in the comments down below. But as for me, guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from this. It is fairly late at night, and need to go to sleep. But I'll see you soon.